What's going on, Lions fans? Steve here, Detroit Den 313 solo on a Tuesday for a good reason. Will, I don't want to spill the beans on what's going on with his life. Maybe he'll update you guys, but he's doing something very, very important and big in the youth football league. I don't want to be the guy who delivers the news. I'll let him deliver that to you, hopefully with some good news within the next 24 hours about that. But Will, good luck. Guys, we got to find a way to get through this week. Got to find a way. I was really thinking Kirby Joseph, this was going to be the game he comes back in. The Green Bay Packers, I thought that's why we sat him against the Giants. I thought, hey, maybe one more week. Kirby's good. Give him another 3-4 days to heal up, and he'll be rocking and rolling for Thanksgiving game. Not the case. Not the case. Dan Cable got at the podium today and said, hey, Kirby, probably not going to happen this Thursday. And what really, really is starting to make me wonder is the NFL did us no favors by scheduling back-to-back Thursday games. 3 games in like 10 days. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely wild that they would do that to us. I think this is like the second time that they've done that, having a Thursday Thanksgiving game, and then the next week we got to have a Thursday night game with the Dallas Cowboys. You know, usually when you play a Thursday, you get like a little mini bye, 10 days off. I guess the NFL just doesn't want the Lions to have a healthy roster. Maybe they're just not helping us out. I don't know. But Kirby Joseph not playing this week. It's bad. It's not bad, not end of the world, but Will's the X's and O's guys. All right. Now, when he says something, it makes sense to me a lot of times. So when he was talking about a lot of those passes that Jameis Winston was throwing up on Sunday in the Giants game, you know, he said he thinks that's a different story if Kirby's out on the field. And when he said that, I have to agree. I think that it's way different throwing across the middle with a first team All-Pro Kirby Joseph, Pro Bowler, league's best safety. It is different. It is massively different. It's a huge advantage to have someone like him in the middle of the field. And we've been out without Kirby. I don't know how many games we're going on here. 6, 7, maybe. I don't know. And I can't believe that was not a 6-7 reference, but it just happened to come out that way, unfortunately. We'll be okay without him, yes, because I feel like we're getting a little help in some other places. One in the secondary and one on the defensive line that I think will make up for Kirby's absence a little bit better than what we've been putting out there. Mainly what I'm talking about is just looking at Tim Twentyman's updated practice report from Tuesday. Shout out to him. We get a lot of our information and intel from him, whether or not he knows or not, I don't know, but he puts out good stuff, keeps us informed, updated. Marcus Davenport, full practice the last 2 days. It's kind of been hinted that he's coming back. I would expect to see him out there Thanksgiving Day for the Detroit Lions and Packers game. You went up front, you beat the trenches, you dominate the O-line, the D-line. You're going to be playing some good football. Jordan Love, I don't even know what to take from Jordan Love anymore, but I feel like if we could put some pressure on him better than we did against Jameis, we'll be just fine. All right, I just thought Jameis had too many clean pockets, and I know Hutch got 6 QB hits, set the franchise record, but other than those 6, 7 plays, I don't know that we even really came close to touching Jameis a lot of times. There was probably a couple other pressures, but it just seemed like for the most part, Winston just had all day in that pocket. And it doesn't matter who your quarterback is. I saw it a couple years ago with Mason Rudolph when he came in here at the Tennessee Titans. He lit us up the whole first half, changed a little bit in the second half. We were much better defensively, but a quarterback in the NFL, if you give them time, I don't care where you guys rank them. If it's the worst quarterback in the NFL, the last thing you can do is let them be comfortable. So I can't have Jordan Love comfortable on Thursday. I need him to be feeling some of those pressures. I need him to be feeling a little anxious about that Detroit Lions defense getting after him. So I think, guys, I know Marcus Davenport. I know it's going to be in the comments. I'm not disagreeing with anyone about his injury history and how we can't count on him, but it's a piece, all right? I think him coming back is a big deal for the Detroit Lions defense. I really do. We saw some Aleem McNeil at edge. That's great. He's capable of doing that, but I think he is just better suited as a defensive tackle. Now, I saw some stuff where, you know, Dan Campbell's shuffling around the defensive line a little bit because when Aleem came back, he took a lot of snaps from rookie Tyleik Williams, and they want to keep him involved. So I think that's why they bumped Aleem out to edge for a handful of plays and to get Tyleik and Reader in there. But got to have the best of the best. There's a time and a place to have Aleem shuffling around, but I do think he's just better suited for D tackle. So if we're getting Davenport back and we got our starting defensive line fully healthy for the first time this whole year, our projected starters all out there with Aleem McNeil being healthy, Marcus Davenport coming back, I think that's going to help the secondary. Putting pressure on the quarterback is the name of the game. You have to win up front. Have to. You got to dominate the trenches. I was talking about it all offseason. That was my whole motto: trench warfare, more trench warfare. Just getting after these guys, man. Our defense before the Giants game was a top 10 scoring defense, and I think that's going to take a hit. Probably dropped like 15 or something, if I had to guess. But I think that adding some defensive line help and getting some guys back is overall going to help the secondary, as well as, let me check my notes from Tim Twentyman again. Let me just make sure the terminology is correct. Terrion Arnold, limited practice yesterday, limited practice today. He's already missed 2 games with a concussion. So that's a long, it must have been a pretty bad concussion. I don't know like the degrees of how bad those things get. I've had 1 concussion my whole life, and I'll tell you this, I felt absolutely terrible for about a week. After that, good to go, but that was when I was much younger, and my body healed a whole lot quicker. So when it comes to brain injuries, head injuries, not my expertise, not a doctor, I don't know, but he's missed 2 weeks. That seems a little uncommon, so I'm guessing it was one of the rare, really bad ones. I don't know what to really call it, but I would expect maybe, I'm leaning like a 70% chance that I think Terrion Arnold suits up for the Packers game as well. Again, that's going to help the secondary. So we're still without a big piece, but we're getting 2 starters back. So I'm subtracting 1, adding 2. I'm still coming out on top if my math works out right. So I get it. It's frustrating. Kirby's a fan favorite. We all know his hatred for the Packers and Tucker Kraft, who eventually, unfortunately, we will not see this week because he's out for the season with his ACL injury, and Packers fans are talking shit about Kirby Joseph, but that's not who took out Tucker Kraft's ACL. I can't even remember who that was off the top of my head. I think it was when they played Arizona or someone, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know. There's some more of the words on there with those 2 on Twitter, social media, and interviews. So I was kind of looking forward to that rematch there. Big game against the Packers. I saw the playoff. I was looking at the playoff projections earlier today, and if the playoffs started right now, Lions ain't in. And that's a concern for me, but we have plenty of time. I have no worries about this team. I know the offensive line's struggling. I know that the pass rush is struggling, and we're not playing complimentary football. It seems like one week the offense is scorching hot and the defense is a little cold, and the next week the defense is on fire and the offense can't get anything going. If things start clicking, and I do use the word if on purpose because you just never know. It seems like it's been the story of the tale this whole season is just inconsistencies on offense and defense, barely putting it together as a team. But roster-wise, I love this roster. Is there some work to do? Yeah, I'm not going to dive into draft stuff or off-season stuff, but there's some things on my mind. But I know that not having Kirby Joseph is not going to help. Okay, we need to get him back. I don't know exactly what's going on with his knee. It's been half the season. I don't know. It doesn't look good, but I do think he makes another appearance this year, or they would have shut him down or put him on the IR by now. So also with some of the moves that the Lions made today with some waivers and releases, I'm looking at some guys who I think could be coming back. I'm looking at the injury report again. Miles Frazier, a couple other guys, Davenport probably getting reinstated. I think those are the only 2 right now. Terrion Arnold, Brock Wright popping up on the injury. Like, this injury list is just a joke, man. Like, it absolutely sucks. We could probably do a 3-hour show, me and Will, on some of this injury stuff, but I don't know. It just doesn't look good. It's just the same old stuff, man. We're just banged up. We're playing a lot of football the last 2 seasons, going on a deep playoff run in 2023, and then all of last year just kind of chasing that white horse, trying to get healthy, and it just never happened. Started out the year okay, but I think it's starting to catch up to us a little bit here. Just not ideal. Oh, and real quick, the Detroit Lions defense now ranked 11th, so we only fell 1 spot somehow. I'm not sure, but we'll talk more about that on game day. Just wanted to hop on here today, guys. I'm sorry if this episode is a little cut and dry. It has been a good day in the Perkins household. Trying not to be a Debbie Downer about what's going on. My little baby girl not feeling good. She's pretty sick, not like a common cold or a little fever. There's some stuff going on. So if you could just keep our family in your thoughts and prayers, greatly appreciated. Everything will be okay. Stick around, hit that like button. Appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe if you want to. See you later. Me and we'll be back with a game day episode tomorrow. Hit that like button.